Now that we've had 1.19 for a while, what are we going to get in 1.20? Or is it 1.20? I don't really know what we're going to call it. But in this video, I'm going to tell you what I think we should get and maybe will get in 1.20. Also, if you like this hat, it's similar to the one that Scar had in Hermitcraft. It's called Jelly Surprise. Go to Planet Minecraft and type in Jelly Surprise and you'll be able to find it. It's a really cool data pack. So one thing I would like to see in 1.20 are more name tag secrets or different things that we can name mobs to give them different attributes. An example of this is naming any mob dinner bone and it turns it upside down. I want to see more little features like this. I think that would just add so much more immersion to the game and just add a lot more fun. My suggestions for this are we name a mob C418, Big Step, or Sloth _ just to kind of throw out a few. My thought is that if we name a mob C418, then it would imitate the sounds of different mobs in the game, no matter where you are. So if I put C418 on a cow, sometimes it could baa like a sheep, or maybe it could hiss like a creeper, kind of like what parrots do when they imitate mob sounds and the things they hear around them. I think that would be a really cool thing to add to it. If we named a mob Pig Step, it would kind of bob its head and move around a little bit like parrots do when they listen to note blocks. So whenever we would play a note block or a jukebox around a mob and it's named Pig Step, it would kind of dance around a little bit. And then I think if we named it something Sloth _ it would move super slow, which kind of would reflect a little bit of what we're doing in the Deep Dark with the Warden. We have to move super slow and be very sneaky. I think that would be a really cool kind of name tag that we could add to this. So those are my 3 name tag ideas. I would also like to see eggs. Wait, no, we already have eggs. I would actually like to see concrete slabs and stairs. The data pack I'm using for some reason is not loading anymore. It was loading before, but this should be a slab of orange concrete, but for some reason it's not. So I would like to see concrete slabs and stairs being added. This is something that builders have been talking about for years. We've been wanting it in the game, and I think 1.20 is the perfect time to do it. It's a nice round number, no pun intended with the egg, but it's something that the community wants. Builders want it, and I think it's something that they could definitely do because there's not a whole lot with texture wise to add to it. So I definitely would like to see concrete slabs and stairs added to 1.20. And I'm not sure if it's been talked about, but I think if we got the updated Birch Forest as well, kind of like the concept art we saw for the 1.19 update, the wild update, I think if we could find something like that in 1.20, it would add so much more immersion to the game. We could get fallen down birch trees and stuff like that. And I know that as builders, we could craft this ourselves, kind of like what I did here, just to kind of give an example of it. But just finding it in the wild adds so much more for exploration, like how the mountains and the caves have added more to the game just to go out and explore things. The Birch Forest would add that exact same immersion. And my final point that I would like to see in 1.20, of course, is inventory management. It's something that I've seen the community talk about a lot in most recent weeks. I've heard the Hermits talking about it in their videos, and I think this is something that we need to have going on. Now, I know one suggestion that has been thrown out there, because Mojang's mentioned it before, is bundles. I think if they could actually fine-tune bundles and bring them into the game, I think that would help a lot in some smaller aspects. But my suggestion is barrels. If we use these, they could solve our problems. Now, hear me out on this one. Not only are barrels relatively easy to craft, they're relatively cheap when it comes to material costs, but they're also just able to be accessed by all sides, and I really love that aspect of it. But if you see here, if we could take 8 spruce slabs, like kind of like what we'd use to make a barrel, and let's say that we took this stack or almost a half stack of apples, if we put this stack of apples right here in the middle, and then we just kind of wrapped it around and we got a barrel of apples, that would take up 1 inventory slot. and that's all it would be used for. I think that could solve a major issue, because sometimes we might have stacks and stacks of different items, and it would be easy to consolidate them all into one single inventory space. I know this doesn't solve all the issues, but I think this would be a major one that would help out a lot. The only other idea I had with inventory management is that if we take a look at our inventory already, we do have quite a bit of room, but as you guys know, this fills up relatively quick, and we have all this empty space for the UI over here. What if we had like a swap button and we had two different inventories? So it would be this exact same amount of space in a separate inventory, and then we hit a button and then it swaps out. I was trying to find a data pack that did that. It didn't quite do what I wanted, so I did not showcase it here in this video, but I think that would be something relatively simple just to help keep our inventories managed. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And you guys know I can't make an update video without mentioning the thing I've been talking about for years. I would like to see a flying mob that we could tame and actually ride. And the only flying mob that I know of besides bees is phantoms, and I think if we could strap a saddle to something like the phantom and fly it around at a very slow speed, I think that would be a great kind of early game elytra. It is not going to move as fast as elytra with third level rockets, but it still is something that would work fairly well to get to higher heights. Alright guys, that is all the time I have for today. If you guys like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and all my links to social media are in the description down below. Let me know your favorite idea from this video for 1.20, or let me know some of your ideas. What would you like to see in 1.20 or 1.2? I can't remember what we're calling this. I've only seen it online. I've never heard it in person. But I will see you guys in the next one. Always remember, the most important thing is to be odd and wash your hands. Peace, guys.